What is going on, YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media, bringing you yet another Pokémon X and Y Wi-Fi battle today, and today's opponent is Luke. And looking at his team, looks like Lucario is going to be his Mega Evolution. He's got Togekiss, Tentacruel. They can both be special walls, although Togekiss can also kind of be like a mixed wall if it runs the right nature. And then we've got Salamence, which looks like it's going to be one of his physical attackers. Dusknoir, which usually runs a more physically inclined attacking set as well. Sometimes they run like Will-O-Wisp or Toxic or something. And then one of the curious Pokemon on his team here is going to be Rampardos. And only curious because you don't really see it that often. It actually has the potential to have so much power with Head Smash, and it's just gargantuan attack stats, so that's something to watch out for. On my side, I've got a couple of pokes that you may not have seen before, and actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think that Tyrantrum is the only new one. I've used Florges and Torterra in Wi-Fi battles before on my channel, but I don't know if they actually got into those battles. So anyway, that's that. I've also got Mega Manectric, Talonflame, which I don't like to bring too often, but I brought for this battle, and then Greninja as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's just get right into this battle. It should be a good one. Looking at these teams, it looks like it's fairly evenly matched. So yeah, let's see what happens here. So he's going to start off with his Destroyer, very accurately nicknamed Rampardos. And I'm going to start off with my Tyrantrum. And I'm thinking, well, we're pretty evenly matched here. So he's going to go straight for the Rock Polish. And my Tyrantrum is actually going to do the exact same thing. We both have Rock Polish, and normally what I like to do with this Tyrantrum is just set up a Rock Polish and then go straight for the Stealth Rocks afterwards, and if they're lacking priority, I'm almost certain to get up those rocks. So he's going to go for the Earthquake, and it's going to be super effective, and it's going to do a lot of damage. I have a Citrus Berry. I don't think that's going to be enough to save me from another Earthquake. It would be close, but what I do get to do here is set up my rocks, which is awesome. That's really all I need Tyrantrum to do. And instead of, risking staying in here, since we both went for the Rock Polish, I'm going to switch out so I don't lose Tyrantrum just yet. And I'm going to go into Atlas, my Torterra, because I know he can take an Earthquake very easily. This is a physically defensive set. It's an Impish nature, max HP and max defense, so I know he can take that. And he takes a Zen Headbutt pretty well as well. And this particular set is just holding a Rocky helmet, so it does some good damage to Pokemon that like to make contact while he eats up those physical hits. So now he's going to switch out, seeing as how he's not really doing anything at all to this Torterra. I went for Leech Seed the last turn, but that missed, so that's unfortunate. And he goes into his Togekiss just to get Leech Seeded, I guess. And that's pretty awesome, I guess, because it connects this time. I get some HP back. That's really the only way I can recover HP, because I decided to not put leftovers on this set and put it on Florges instead. So now I'm going to go back into Tyrantrum because it's a good matchup against Togekiss, and a lot of times they don't even carry Dazzling Gleam, so I'm not too worried about it. And even if Tyrantrum dies, it's not that big of a deal anyway. So yeah, I take the Ancient Power pretty nicely. That's a move you don't normally see on Togekiss, and so is Aura Sphere. I really don't see that very often at all. I don't know. They seem to like to run fire moves a lot, and even Dazzling Gleam more than anything else. But okay, so Tyrantrum goes down to the Aura Sphere, and that's great. Now I'm going to go into my Sparks, the Mega Manectric. And I know I can kill this thing pretty freaking easily because, it doesn't have full health or anything like that. So I'm just going to go straight for the Thunderbolt, and from about half HP, I'm almost positive it's going to take him out. It does. Down goes the Togekiss, and that's a huge relief for me because I cannot stand fighting Togekiss. I don't know. They just have my number. They always give me trouble, so I'm thankful that this thing is out of the way kind of sort of early in the match. He's going to go back into his Rampardos now, and now I'm going to go for the Volt Switch. And seeing as how Rampardos has little to no special defense really at all, he can't take that Volt Switch very nicely, and he goes down to that, even though he really didn't have that much damage on him. So, now with the Volt Switch, I'm going to go into my Falker, the Talonflame, as he brings out his Tentacruel, I almost said Tentacool, And I can go straight for the Brave Bird here. And Tentacruel does not have very good physical defense at all. It's a tank when it comes to the special side, but it cannot take choice banded Brave Birds from Talonflame. So he goes down in one hit there, which is awesome. Another annoying threat out of the way there. And in comes Salamence. This is going to be an Intimidate set. So I need to switch out here. Talonflame really can't do anything, especially with the Intimidate going. So I'm going to bring in Florges, expecting a Dragon Claw or Outrage to be coming. And it's going to be a Hydro Pump, which is just, I don't know, wacky to me. Normally, if Salamence is going to be running any special attacking move, it's almost always Fire Blast. So I was like, what? Hydro Pump? Very strange. Now he's going to switch out, so I wonder if that was a Scarf set, maybe? I don't know. So Dusknoir is going to come in now. And I'm pretty certain that Florges is going to be able to take this on pretty easily. So I go for the Wish. I figured he'd go for, like, Earthquake or something. Because even though, you know, I resist or am immune to Dragon-type moves, he can still hurt me on the physical side. But he ends up switching out to Dusknoir here. So, looks like we both have the leftover. So, tank versus tank. And he's actually going to withdraw Dusknoir now. Which I was like, okay. And I guess maybe he thought the Toxic was coming, and that would give him a free switch into Lucario, which is actually not a bad move at all. And he's right. I do go for the Toxic, and there's no way in hell that Florges is going to be able to stay in here. One Bullet Punch, and Florges is going to be dead. I don't even know if he has to Mega Evolve to kill me. So, I'm going to go back into Atlas now, because he's the only one on my team that can really take any physical hits. And if he goes for a close combat, he still might kill me. Because Mega Lucario is just crazy, crazy overpowered. So he's going to go for the Swords Dance on the Switch. Very nice. You know, there's really nothing that I can do about that. And now I'm in trouble. He also has Ice Punch, which I was not expecting at all. And yeah, that's not a move that you typically see on Lucario. Normally you see Crunch. But this one has Ice Punch, so that worked out really nice for him. And yeah, Torterra goes down. Now I'm going to bring in Talonflame. I know Brave Bird can kill him because he's just so frail. And he's going to bring in Salamence here, and he's taking a bunch from Stealth Rock damage to the point where I can kill him with Brave Bird now, so I don't need to switch out. Even at -1, I am choice banded, so I'm just kind of at, you know, neutral. So yeah, the Brave Bird is more than enough to knock out Salamence. So Salamence is down, and he's got Dusknoir and Lucario left to go here. So out comes the Dusknoir. It's the best matchup. He can't really risk bringing in Lucario here. Bullet Punch will not be able to kill because I resist that, and I'm just at too high of an HP anyway. So now I'm going to go back into Florges. I really don't have anything better to handle this thing. So he goes for the Thunder Punch. Pretty decent coverage move, but even despite Florges having not the best defense on the physical side, Thunder Punch doesn't do that much damage really at all. He eats that up very, very nicely. Very happy about that, and I'm like, you know what, I can definitely stall this thing out. I can Moonblast it, I can Toxic it, all of that jazz. So I go for the Moonblast there to see how much it does, and it does okay damage. I mean, I do not have any investment in special attack, so I wasn't that upset by it. As he goes for the Will-O-Wisp there, maybe he thought I was going to switch. I don't know, but at the very least, you know, it's kind of a win-win for him because he's getting residual damage now. What he doesn't know is that I'm carrying Aromatherapy, so pretty much at any time that I want, I can just get rid of this. I decide to not do that just yet. So he's going to go for the Shadow Sneak, which is a good move for Dusknoir to have. Gives him nice priority. It's a stab move. So, yeah, I go for the Toxic as he goes for the Shadow Sneak there. And now he's poisoned, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't have any kind of recovery move other than maybe Pain Split. And I don't think he's revealed that yet, so I was just guessing at this point. But that's usually the move that they go for. They don't have any other type of recovery move, so they don't get Recover or anything like that, which is unfortunate. That would make Dusknoir and specifically Dusclops just incredibly difficult to beat. So he goes for the Shadow Sneak there on the next turn, and, you know, it does okay damage. And I'm going to go for the Wish. And I may have waited a turn too long, because looking at my HP, you know, I'm not getting that much back with Leftovers Recovery, and I'm actually, you know, in the minus, considering that there's Burn. stuff going on. So with burn damage and then another Shadow Sneak, he might just be able to kill me and I won't be able to receive my own wish. Which could be a bit of a problem, honestly, because I kind of would like to keep Florges alive. So what I'm going to do here is switch out, and then whenever he hits with a Shadow Sneak, I'll be able to recover with Wish. So he does go for the Shadow Sneak, and I'm almost positive that would have killed me. So it's a good thing I did. I know Falker can take it, and he's going to receive the Wish, and that gets him pretty much back up to full health, which is great because he just has been receiving so much recoil damage from spamming Brave Bird. So now he has another good 2 or 3 Brave Birds in him, give or take. So what I'm going to do here is go for the U-turn, and yeah, that'll get me able to switch out here, get some more damage, and get some more poison damage on him as well. And I'm going to send Florges back out, because I'm not really worried now that Dusknoir is just about dead. He's going to go for the Pain Split, and that only does, I think, 3 damage. It looked like 3 HP. That's all it did, so he didn't really get much out of that. And I'm going to gain way more of that back from leftovers, so that was kind of pointless. And it worked out nicely for me. It kept him from, recovering a lot of his HP back. And with the toxic damage, there's not really much he can do now. And now that I'm at 36 HP, it's going to be close if he goes for Shadow Sneak. He decides to switch out here so that he gets an extra turn or 2 if he's just worried about toxic damage. He's going to go into Lucario. And, he gets a little bit from the Stealth Rock damage, but not much. I go for the Wish there. And at this point, I'm like, I know there's no way in hell that I'm going to be able to receive my own Wish with the burn damage. Even with leftovers, if he does anything to me at all, I'm going to die. So that kind of sucks. He's going to go for the Swords Dance, thinking maybe that I would switch out here. And that's really his only hope. He needs to get the Swords Dance off. So what I do is I go for the Aromatherapy, thinking he probably was just going to kill me with Bullet Punch, but no, he doesn't do that. So I cure the burn, I stay alive, I do receive my Wish, get a lot of my HP back in the process. So now I'm thinking, okay, now I just need to sack this Florges off. He's going to go for a Bullet Punch, but he goes for another Swords Dance. And I was really shocked at the time, because now I can just go for a Moon Blast, and Lucario just is very weak. On the defensive side, so frail. Moon Blast from an uninvested Florges knocks him out. And looking back at that, I really don't think it was that bad of a move, because what he had stacked against him, he needed to get a couple of Swords Dances up to be able to kill everything with Bullet Punch, especially with Talonflame waiting. He really had no other choice but to try to pull that out of his ass, with the +4 with the Swords Dances. And as Dusknoir comes back in, he's toxic. He has nothing to do, so yeah, Moonblast takes him out, and that's going to be the end of the battle. So definitely a good match. Definitely a good match. I was able to get some of his more annoying Pokemon out of the way early without too much trouble, like Togekiss and Tentacruel going out of the match early. Even Rampardos went out earlier than I thought it was going to. And Salamence was surprisingly no trouble at all, so definitely things went my way this time. But that's pretty much it for this time, guys. So thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Game on!